everybody. Welcome to our live stream. This is Poland with OpenNet Group. I'm your host today. Okay. Right now, I'm in online factory. OpenNet is a group company with many branches all over China. And our Shanghai branch mainly focused on the development and design, development, and the manufacture of intelligent equipment such as fastener inspection machines, such as thinner magnetical machines, and so on. Okay, so today's protocol is reject defective parts, reject the defective parts by automated sorting machines. Why we need automated sorting machines? As you know, for small parts like for small fasteners like bolts, nuts, screws, the production volume is very high. Maybe the manufacturer produces millions of such small parts in one day. So, how to guarantee the quality? Because more or less there are some defective parts mixed with the good ones. How to reject this defective part? How to observe the defects on the surface of a fastener on a bolt? It's a challenge if you don't have a machine to do the work. If you use the manual methods, there's no guarantee of 100% good quality, because human may make mistakes because the efficiency is very low. It's very time consuming to check the quality, to measure dimensions, or to check the appearance of the part. So that's why we need automated machines to check the quality, to guarantee the quality is 100% good. Okay, that is the reason. Now to start, I think I should introduce the structure of the machine first. The structure of the machine, as you see below me, it's a machine. As you can see, the machine is made of two parts. The main body here, the main body of the machine is protected by a chamber, by a cabinet made of steel sheet, And here, the second part is the feeder. The feeder is like a hoover, like a very big ball. We call it vibrating ball feeder. So the parts are put into the feeder, put into the hopper of the feeder, and the feeder will vibrate and orient the parts and convert the parts to the work table of the machine. Then we'll check the quality, we'll measure the dimensions, and finally we'll collect them according to their quality. The good ones are separate. The defective ones are collected. We'll separate them. So we call it sorter, automated fastener sorter. Okay. Here you can see the vibrating ball feeder. There's a very big hooper in the middle. The parts are powered in, and there are several small tracks all around this hooper. The parts will oriented and push one another and vibrated and finally conveyed to the finally they be adjusted to the correct position, and to convey to the or cable. In some cases, we have other options, other solutions. If you because they usually the memory about feeder is a little noisy. They a little noisy. They may somebody may do not like the noisy. Somebody may be very sensitive to the noises. In that case, we have another solution. We can provide you a centrifugal feeder. Centrifugal feeder it looks similar to the memory ball feeder, but the principle is different. It takes advantage of centrifugal force, so the path will be oriented to the correct position and finally feed conveyed to the work table. Of course, the centrifugal feeder has some drawbacks. That is the noise. That is the speed. Usually, speed is a little slower. The speed is not so high as every ball feeder. That is the drawback. If you insist the memory ball feeder and you want the high speed and you do not at the same time you do not want the noisy, we have another solution. We can include we can envelope the memory ball feeder by a sound enclosure. Sound enclosure is a cabinet. That's called cabinet and little little steel sheet. And the inside we attach foam. We attach foam. We attach foam inside the cabinet, so it will observe the noisy and the noisy of the vibrating power feeder will be decreased. You do not have like you do not have very big noises in your workshop. You will have a quiet, much quiet, much quiet workshop the machine. Okay, so the part in the vibrating feeder unveiled unveiled to the main body of the machine. There is uh, there's a linear feeder. It serves as a bridge. The linear feeder serves as a bridge. It will connect the path. It will convey the path to the work table of the machine, to the main body of the machine. Okay, that's the path in the correct position. The path is the path to be inserted on a special pin. It's a non-standard pin. Like this. One side is right, the other side is the other side is a brand hole, and here you can see a very small through hole at one end of the pin. So it's a non-standard pin made of steel. On this pin here, after the conveyor, after the vibration, the path will be the path the path conveyed by the feeder will have the correct position. The brand hole is on the top. The flat is on the at the bottom. So the path will be conveyed by the linear feeder, and it will be conveyed to the to a disc. It's made of high transparent, high transmittance glass disc, glass. So we call it glass dial, glass disc. The path conveyed to the surface of the glass dial, then will come to the first mechanism. There is a mechanism with steel wheel at the bottom. The path, wheel is above the surface of the glass cell. There's a very small clearance, about a few minutes, a few millimeters above the surface of the glass cell. So they do not touch each other. And their wheel will rotate at the same speed, at the same nine speed of the glass cell. So the part will be pushed, will be adjusted to the correct position, to the correct track on the surface of the glass cell. Other than there's a second mechanism. There's a sensor attached. There's a sensor attached to the metal part. So the sensor will generate a signal. Will generate a signal once the part is coming. It will tell the system. It serves as a receptionist. It serves as a lookout. It will tell the system that a part is coming. Please get ready. Please get ready to inspect. After that, we come to the first workstation for inspection. The first workstation for inspection is CCD1. Here you can see the camera is placed at the bottom. Camera is placed at the bottom, and we can get the bottom view of the part. We'll check whether the quality of the bottom of the part is good or bad. Sometimes there's a rust on the bottom. There's some scratch, or maybe some parts are missing. Some parts are cutting, cutting excessively. So that part will be judged as NG parts, judged as defective parts, and will be corrected later. Will be rejected later. Okay. After that, we come to the second workstation. Here, there is a camera placed at one corner of the inside the chamber. We call it side view. It will get the side view of the part. It will measure the height of the part. It will check the quality from one side. So that is the second workstation for inspection. Side view. Then we come to the third workstation. This one, you can see here, the camera, the lens is quite unique. Looks like a trumpet, or looks like a horn. Okay, so the lenses are quite unique. Why? Because in fact, there are 4 prisms inside, so it can get the view, they get the image of the part from 8 directions, from the north, from south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. 8 directions. They get the images from 8 directions, and they will combine the images from 8 directions, and they will get the system will get one view. With one view, can put together the images from 8 directions. So the part, the contour of the part, the surface of the part will be thoroughly checked, will be thoroughly inspected. There's no hidden area. There's no dark corner. So any defect on the surface will be observed. We call it a 360-degree contour inspection workstation. Okay. Also, after the 3 workstations for inspection, we'll collect this part according to their quality. The defective parts will be rejected. The good ones, the okay parts will be selected. Okay, first, you can see medical device, there is high pressure air. It will blow off the part. The part will be blown off by the nozzle. By the nozzles. First, if the dimensions of the parts are within the tolerance and there's no defect, there's no imperfection found on the surface of the part, these parts will be judged as good ones, and they will be thrown through the first discharge port. We call it OK1, first discharge port, and created by the correct beam. Sometimes the customer want to have the good ones packed. I want this OK part, this good ones be packed automatically. In that case, we can attach automated packing system to the discharge port, and the parts can be packed by small boxes, by small bags, and the quantity may be 100 pieces per box or 200 pieces per box. It depends on you, and they will be packed automatically and conveyed to the correct station. That is our service. That is our solution. We not only sell a machine, we provide the whole solution for you. Okay. After that, we come to the second discharge port, the NG discharge port. If the dimensions are outside, if the side dimensions are not within the specification, this part, all the appearance, or there some effects, some visual defects found on the surface of the part. This part will be judged as defective part. This part will be blown off to the second discharge port. We call it NG part, and this part will be corrected. Will be corrected by the second correct beam. The customers, the fastener manufacturer, they collect them and study them, and they will analyze them, so they can improve their quality. As you know, if you do not know your drawback, you cannot improve. If you do not know with the defect one, you do not know how to improve. So it's important to separate the defective one. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to our live stream. This is Howard with Open Next Group. I'm your host today. Right now, I'm introduce the structure of our machine. Later, I'll tell you what parts can be inspected by our machine, and I will answer some FAQs, some frequently asked questions. Okay, please let me continue. Okay, the parts will be the good ones and bad ones will be collected separately. Will be collected by separated collected beam. After that, there's a third discharge port. You may ask, why need a third discharge port besides good ones and bad ones? The answer is that there may be some emergency. Some emergency happen. If there is something happen and the emergency bottom are pushed, they're pushed. In that case, the machine are power off suddenly. The machine are shut down suddenly, unexpectedly. So in that case, there are some parts remain on the work table. We do not know remain on the graph file. We do not know whether the parts are good ones or bad ones. The quality of these parts are on center. In that case, when we restarted the machine, we are power on the machine once again. These parts will be judged as the tested one. This part will be collected by the third discrete pin to the third discharge port. Third outlet. So when you restart the machine, you can collect this part and put them inside the feeder and let the machine inspect them once again. Okay, that is the structure of our machine. The feeder and the main body. In the main body, there are several workstations check different check the quality from different directions, measure the dimension from different angles. So all the critical dimensions will be measured, and all the visual defects will be observed. All the visual defects will be observed. There's no dark corner. There's no hidden area. We will make sure after the inspection, after the sorting, this part, the defect part will be rejected, and the good one will be collected. Okay, so that is the structure of our machine. Now, as the proverb says, seeing is believing. Please let me power on the machine, switch on the machine, and let the machine help. Please follow me. Our machine is very user friendly. It's very easy to operate. Yeah. 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 Just wait a few minutes. I will switch on the power on the computer. Okay. Okay. Just explain the sign up. The sign up button. The machine will run automatically. First, the feeder convey the part to the cell. First, definitely will adjust the selection on the surface. Then, there's the first workstation, the GP1. The first is the bottom wheel. Second is the wheel. Third is top wheel. We call it upper. There are two ready transport. Two one, the engine one, and the test one. Finally, we also add our automated clear management. It will clear the dump file automatically. It's a from bound attached at the bottom of our wheel. Bound attached at the bottom of our wheel. So it will clear the dump file automatically. Hi guys, welcome to our live stream. This is Howard with OpenNet Group. I'm your host today. Right now, I'm showing you the machine. the machine is running and here behind me. The machine is well, is working. The part the machine is very this. It's a tiny, very tiny, very tiny thing. It's a non-standard thing. Non-standard thing, one side drives the other side of ground floor, and there are three small screw holes and one end of the part. Okay. So if you have any questions, please just comment down here and I will reply you right now. I will give you the reply immediately. Thank you. Okay, please allow me to stop your machine now. It's a little noisy. It's a little noisy. Please allow me to stop the machine. The machine stop. I will finish the instruction which remain on the ground. Okay, I already tell you. I already okay. I already showed you the machine. So if you have any questions, if you about our machine want to ask, comment down here below. I will appreciate if you could give me some feedback. I will be very glad if you could give me what you tell me what you comment to our machine. Okay, thanks. Okay, after the the introduction of the structure of our machine, now I would like to introduce the parts which can be inspected on machine. I will introduce some typical parts which can be inspected by our machine. Okay, first group is bolts. All kinds of bolts, different size, different material, different coating, different finish, surface finish, and different kind of head and the back pipe, such as the uh, X bolt, French bolt, mm, uh, slow bolt, carriage bolt, and some bolts, headless bolts, we call it studs and set screws, head with different heads like mushroom head, pan head, cross head, plain head, countersink head. This one is bolt made of carbon steel. Surface finish is zinc plated, and the head is socket head, which will accept it. And there is socket head, which will accept it. Allen key. Okay, both. It is also of carbon steel bolt, surface zinc plating, and the head is hex head with a fringe. It's a fringe. It's a fringe bolt. Okay, this one. Hi guys, welcome to our live stream. This is Howard with OpenNet. I'm your host today. Okay, I'm right now. I will introduce you which part can be inspected by our automated inspection machine or automated sorting machine. This one, this is also a bolt. It's made of copper, and there's a French. It's a copper French bolt with French bolt. This is a set screw. headless bolt. Okay, another group is nuts. Nuts, hex nuts, square nuts, pin nuts, wing nuts, floating nuts, coupling nuts, T nuts, prolonged T nuts, or we call it four claw T nuts, prolonged nuts, nerd nuts, riveting nuts, and the material maybe steel, stainless steel, rubber, brass, and so on. This one is a hex nut. Internal, there's the internal thread. The very common type. Carbon steel surface is zinc plating. This is a T nut. T nut. It can be assembled inside a channel. T nut. This is a rivet nut. Rivet nut with half pitch, so it can be screwed and unscrewed by a wrench, and there is a frame. Rivet nut with a frame and half pitch. The material is carbon steel. The surface is color zinc plating. The machine, we have just developed one machine. The machine is under development for the inspection of this rivet nut. And the machine is just stand at one corner of our workshop. I think I can introduce them to you next time. The rivet nut. This one is quite unique. It's made of brass. Brass is the alloy of zinc and copper. Brass. We call it nerd nut because there are nerves all around the cylindrical surface, so they can increase the friction, and you can screw them and unscrew them by your fingers. Nerd nut, brass nerd nut. We have developed one machine which can inspect different sizes of this kind of nerd nut. There are actually we can inspect it according to the customer's requirements. We can inspect 7 different sizes of this kind of nut by one set of one machine. One machine, 7 sizes. Another group is this rivet. This is a brand rivet, or you may call it self-typing rivet. The material of the core is steel, but the jacket, the jacket is made of aluminum. It's quite common. This part you can see the position on the work table is random, right? Random. So you cannot get it's random. So it's difficult to make inspection. So we developed a special mechanism. We call it slot disc. It's a big disc, steel disc with slots all around it. So the rivet can be fixed on the slots all around the steel disc, steel dial, and we can make the inspection automatically. We can make the inspection. We can check the quality from different directions. Brand level like this. This is also a rivet. It's a tubular rivet. There is a hole in the middle. Tubular rivet. Okay. Another group of parts we can inspect is pins. As I have already showed you, the non-standard pin, the machine pin with a brand hole at one side. This is a very common pin. We call it door pin, or we call it door pin, or we call it hinge pin. It's like a cylinder, very common. Other pins, very common. This one is very common. And this one is non-standard part. Other pins like copper pins, uh, locating pins, and the frame pins, taper pins, and the locating pins. Some such as this. It's very small pin with a shoulder in the middle. We call it a locating pin. It's very soft. It's a kind of locating pin. Okay. Another group is screws. Screws similar to both, but usually screws are used to drive drive into the virgin material. There's no need of pre-threaded hole or not. You don't need to work together with a nut or some pre-threaded hole. It can insert can drilled inside or virgin material. This is screws like timber screws, drywall screws, office screws, metal sheet screws, and some set screws. This one is a screw with pointed end. Pointed end is a self-tapping screw, and the one side is flat, and it will accept it. The drop tab is Phillips drop tab. This one is a very big one. It's a timber screw, and the surface finish is dachromate. It's a special coating which has good performance for corrosion resistance. Dachromate. The head is pan head, round head. We call it round head, and the drive tab is top. So it's the screw thread is only one. The thread only one third of the total length of the roll It's a timber. It's a timber screw, and the length is 250 millimeters. In fact, we developed one machine which can inspect 7 different sizes of this type of timber screw. 7 different sizes from 100 meters to 250 meters. 7 different sizes. So our machine's compatibility is very good. Usually our machines can inspect different sizes, several similar shapes, different sizes by one machine. It's no challenge. It's no challenge for us. Is that right? Another screw, very small. This is a very small screw. It's quite unique. It's a combination of one machine screw and a spring washer and a flat washer. One machine screw, two washers. We call it same screws, same or same screws, same SEM, same screws. This one is quite unique. The two washers are pre-attached to the machine screw. So we call it stem screws. Or one machine can also insert it. One machine can also insert the part, the combination of parts like this. Okay. Now I would like to introduce another large group of parts: washers, fender washers, plain washers, flat washers, spring washers, helix spring washer, lock washers, internal tooth lock washer, external tooth lock washer, sealing washers. Sealing washer is a special washer which has one side is steel, the other side is rubber. This is a flat washer. Flat washer and one machine can inspect different sizes of this kind of washer. Different sizes, inspect one machine, there's no difficulty. There's no challenge for us. This is a spring washer, helix spring washer. You can see there's an opening here. The height of the initial height is very important. So we will inspect it. We will measure the initial height of machine and measure that. This one looks similar to a washer, but it's not a washer. It's a retaining. It's a retaining ring. Retaining ring. Actually, it's a external retaining ring, which usually assembled on our road, on our shop. It can fix the position of wheel of of a gear or for bearing. The material the material is steel and the surface is black. It's black oxide coating. Other retaining washer like internal retaining rings, which are used together with the hose. It can fix the position of for bearings. Another group is this one. It's a bearing. It's a ball bearing. Other body bearings like roller bearing, needle bearing, yes, and different kind of bearing, and angle contacted ball bearing. For ball bearings, it's a combination. It's a combination of several small parts. A ball bearing consists of several small parts: the outer race, the inner race, the retainer, or you may call it the cage, and the rolling elements. Actually, they are small round balls for bearing. So it's very difficult to observe the defect, to measure the dimensions of the bearing because it's very complicated. There are many dimensions to be checked. There are many items to be observed. It's very difficult to check them using manual methods. especially when they pass, when the ball bearing is very small, like this one. It's a very tiny ball bearing. It's a very tiny ball bearing. And actually, we have developed one machine to measure 20 different atoms of those small ball bearings. We have 9 workstations, and we can inspect 20 different atoms, include different atoms include they rust on the surface, they burn, they stretch, they bend, and they goes, they smart, and the formation of the cage, and the missing of balls. There may be 1 or 2 balls missed, and we can observe that we can detect such problem. Besides that, we also embedded the AI deep learning algorithm so we can eliminate misjudgment. We can make sure zero misjudgment. There's no risk that the defective part may slip through and deliver to the end user and be delivered to the end user. Okay, very small, very. That's right. This one, coupling, fitting, no problem. Bubble fitting is a bubble fitting, and the material is color steel. Surface is color than plating. Actually, we developed one machine which can inspect it. 7 different sizes, different coatings of this kind of bubble bearing, bubble fitting. One bubble fitting, the surface is black. It's black optical coating, and this one is color than plating. We can one set of one machine can inspect all of them, different size, different coating. No challenge for us. And some parts, like this one, it's stamped part, it's stamped cover. It's we call it shallow ball shape cover. Shallow ball shape cover. Material is carbon steel and surface is then plating. For that part, translate our machine and inspect 7 different sizes. First, can inspect 19 different sizes. One machine, 19 different sizes. This kind of shallow ball shape cover, which are used in automobiles. All machines, one set, one machine can inspect 19 different sizes. The compatibility of this machine is very good. Is excellent. Is excellent. Similar stamp part, other stamp part like this. This is an irregular stamp part, irregular shape stamp part. Little steel surface is then plating. So we can also inspect them. If you have similar parts, don't worry, our machines can help you. I will introduce the chromatic parts, and they are all made of steel, made of metal, steel, copper, brass, aluminum, all made of metal. And actually, our machine can not only inspect the metal parts, and also non-metal parts. This is the plastic part, plastic bush, very small. Other plastic covers of the tank, of the automobile tank, plastic cover, and the rubber O-ring. Well, like this. This one is made of wood. It's a wood pin, and all around it is narrow. We can also insert such components like electronic components, dioxide, SMA, dioxide, and some magnetic parts, magnet, ferrous core, silicon steel cores. Okay, we can inspect our machines can inspect nearly all kinds of small parts, which are in small in size and large in volume. Okay, hi guys, welcome to our last trend. This is Howard with OpenNet Group. I'm your host today. Behind me is one set of our machines, which are used to inspect customers, inspected or special type of pin, machine pin. And I have just introduced the parts. What are the typical parts? Uh, some typical parts which can be inspected, can be sorted by our machine. Now, if you have any question, just comment down here. Thank you. And see, this very small part has so tiny or parts can also be inspected by us. Okay. Now somebody may ask, so many parts can be inspected by you, by your machine. But what actually are these inspected items? What dimensions, what real defects can be measured, can be inspected by your machine? Here I will make a summary, make an introduction. First, the dimensions. The dimensions for both like major diameter of the thread, minor diameter of the thread, the diameter of the head, the pitch diameter of the thread, the total length, the height of the head, the height of the head, the dimensions of the socket, the dimension of the chamber, dimension of chamber here, the distance for nut, the distance from opposite edge, from opposite angle, the height of the nut, the dimensions of the flange, the dimension of the flange, outer side, inside. For rivet, the diameter of the core, the diameter of the jacket, and the frame here, and the total length. The inner diameter, outer diameter, and the thickness. The initial height of the opening. Here you can see it's a helix wing washer. The initial height is very important because it will determine the initial force. The hex spring washer are used for anti-loose function. If the initial height is not correct, the initial force will be not within the specification, and it cannot function properly for anti-loose. For irregular parts, we can measure this typical, nearly all kinds of typical dimensions determined by you. For some screws, spring washer, lock washer, and spring washer, the spring washer attached to the machine screws. We can not only measure the dimensions of the screw, we can also measure the dimensions of the washer. The dimensions of the hole. This is above fitting. The dimensions of the hole, the diameter of the hole, and the length, total length, and the length of each stage. There are several stages here. You can see there are bubbles, and there are several steps, and the dimensions of each step will be measured by us, can be measured by our machine. Okay. In a nutshell, I can say that nearly all the critical dimensions can be measured by us, can be measured by our machine. Okay. Besides that, another group is geometrical tolerance. Geometrical tolerance such as thickness is one. The so long or bolt, so long or screw with length of 250 millimeters for so long screw. The straightness is very important, and we can measure the tolerance, the straightness, the roundness inside, outside, the roundness of the hole, the concentricity of the hole, inner, outer. Okay, we can also measure other geometrical tolerance like the perpendicularity and some cylindrical and like. Another group is the OCR function. OCR means optical character recognition. We can, our machine can observe, can detect the characters on the surface of the machine. The some letters on the surface of the berry, we can check, we can visualize the letters, and we can separate them according to the letters. The sample letter on the head of the bolt or on the nuts, on the bolt nuts, it usually indicates the grade of the bolt or nut, and maybe some parts, some nuts, some bolts have similar size, have same size, same experience, same coating, but the grade is different. In that case, our machines can separate them according to the sample letters here. Different grades will have mixed. In that case, in that circumstances, we can separate them. We can separate the mixture. Okay. We can also we also have the function of counting. We can count the numbers, the how many turns of the thread, of the internal thread. We can count them because we have the cameras lenses. Some customers maybe want or center number of turns of the thread, center number of turns, and our machines can count that. Okay, the fourth group of our machines can investigate the appearance defect, the visual defect. Visual defect like the damage of the thread, the growth of the thread, the discontinuity of the thread, and the deformation, the damage of the thread, and the crack at the head, the dent on the surface, such defects, the coating problem, the dichromate coating defective also can be inspected. The then creating coating problem and they burn. The plain washer is damp from foil metal sheet, and one side is blunt, the other side is sharp. In some cases, there may be some burns. Our machines can recognize that, can observe that the burn, the flash, the flash of the plastic part, the excessive materials. The smudge on the surface. The hole, there's a hole. The blending of the hole. Maybe the hole is blocked. The block of the hole. The deformation of the cage, or the retainer, deformation. The rust on the surface. Okay. There are some typical parts, typical defects can be observed by our machine. Okay. So I have introduced the structure of one machine, the running of one machine, and the typical parts which can be observed, the typical detectable parts, and the inspection items, the typical inspection items, dimensions, the critical dimensions, the geometrical appearances, the data recognition, OCR, optical character recognition, and the real defect. So if you have some doubt, if you have any question, you can ask here, ask in our live stream, and I will reply you right now. Okay, after this introduction, somebody may ask, what are the advantages of your machine? What's the benefits of your machine? Here I can answer in 3 words. First, accuracy. The second is efficiency. And the third is consistency. First, accuracy. Accuracy. What is accuracy? We can achieve 0.01 accuracy. 0.01 millimeter accuracy. That is 1% of millimeter, or it's also equal to 10 micron. Very tiny differences. We can observe that. The second, besides that, we adopted based on the machine vision technology, based on the AOI technology, automated optical inspection technology, we achieve non-contact, non-destructive inspection. So there's no risk that your parts, your product may be damaged, may be scratched during the inspection procedure. There's no such risk, and we can make very high accuracy inspection. The second is efficiency. This speed our machines can reach up to 1,000 pieces per minute, or even higher. Of course, this speed largely depends on the size, on the shape of the part you intend to inspect it. Usually, our machines can reach speed up to usually the machine for middle size bolts or nuts about a few hundred pieces per minute. 1,000, 10,000 pieces, 10,000 pieces per hour is easy task for us. Some big parts like this one, barber fitting, it's big. So and it should be stand on the gas out, so the speed cannot be very high. Otherwise, it cannot stand clearly. So the speed is lower. It's about 60 pieces per minute. Okay, so that is there's a case that one of our customers purchased one set of our machine for the inspection of their boat, and the result is that they saved 5 to 6 operators, and the labor cost of 5 to 6 operators in 1 year is about 2 times the price of one set of our machine. That means they can recover their investment in several years. The ROI is only 6 months or even shorter. So a machine can not only improve your quality, but also a machine can reduce your manufacturing cost at the same time. Okay, that is efficiency. The third advantage is consistency. Consistency. It means our machine is our machines make judgments based on their user-defined accept and reject criteria. In other words, once the standard is set, once the criteria is defined, we'll make the same judgment again and again. We make objective, our judgment is objective and consistency. By comparison, the judgment made by our operator is subjective and inconsistency. They may judge it as good ones this time. Next time, they may judge it as bad ones. Besides that, they operate with fatigue. They make mistakes, and their judgment is not always reliable. That's why more and more companies, more and more fastener manufacturers introduced our machine, introduced the automated inspection machine. Besides that, some very tiny defects, tiny flaws on the surface, on the bolts, on the nuts, such as the crack, the tiny crack at the head, the small imperfection, the small flaws, the small gouges, small deformation of the damage of the thread. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to observe by human eyes, and they may even make judgments. Even if you can observe, it may make misjudgment, make a wrong judgment. But we embedded AI deep learning algorithm developed by our software team. We can achieve zero misjudgment. We can eliminate misjudgment, and there's no risk that the defective parts may be just as good one and slip through and be delivered to the end user. So our AI deep learning algorithm will eliminate misjudgment. That is third, consistency. Accuracy, efficiency, consistency. That are the main benefits, main advantages of our machine. Okay, so our lecture is well advanced, 1 hour and minutes. If you have any questions, you can come down here, or you can send an email. You can contact me by WhatsApp, by mobile phone, by our Twitter, Facebook. We are always here to serve you. Okay. Now I have introduced the machine. I will introduce the critical parts, and the inspection items can be made by our machine, can be inspected by our machine. Now I would like to answer some frequent asked questions. I will answer FAQs. First, somebody asked, what is the guarantee of your machine? Our machine has guarantee of 1 year. We adopted a famous brand components, the cylinders, the pneumatic cylinders, the PLC, the industrial PC, the cameras, lenses, and the sensors. All these are very famous brands, such as SMC, such as Siemens, Mitsubishi, such as Kins, as Blaster, and Computer. This famous brand. So the quality of our machine is guaranteed, and they can work uh, reliably. Reliable. The quality is reliable. The second question somebody asked, what is the lead time of your machine? Usually, our parts on machine are always customized. We manufacture them according to the requirements of the inspection of the you want to know how many items you want to inspect, what are the tolerance you accept. So the lead time varies a lot. I think 2 months is about a typical machine, about a typical about the development of a typical machine. 2 months, maybe shorter, maybe longer. Okay. The third question somebody asked, can we visit your company? The answer is of course. You can visit our company, visit our factory. Our Shanghai branch factory is located in Shanghai Jiao Tong University High Tech Park, which is about 25 minutes from Hongqiao Airport by car. So it's very convenient if you come to China, if you fly to Shanghai. Okay. The fourth question somebody asked, can your product, can your machine inspect different similar products with different sizes? Of course, the answer is sure. Our machines can, there is no challenge for us to develop machines to inspect different sizes, similar parts of different sizes. I've already introduced several cases. One machine inspected this so long or screw, timber screw. These 7 different sizes from 100 meters, from 100 millimeters to 200 millimeters. 7 different sizes. This barber fitting is also different coating. Some ring plating, some black oxide coating. 7 different sizes and coating inspected by one machine. Here, 90 different sizes cover. Here are just 3 sizes, 90 different sizes, one machine. So there is no challenge for us to inspect different sizes of a machine in one machine, one set of machine. Our compatibility is very good. If you doubt, you can send some samples to us, and we'll make a proposal for you ready. We'll tell you the speed we can achieve. We'll tell you the lenses, cameras of each workstation of the machine, the technical details of the machine. Okay. Another question somebody asked is, can your machine work under different voltages, different to China standard? Of course, the answer is yes. Our machines can work properly under frequency about 50 hertz or 60 hertz. Both are available. Besides that, for some voltages, 111 voltages, some countries use standard uh, 111 volts. In that case, we will adopt it. We will modify the machine a little, but we will not charge you more. We will not charge you extra money. So they can work. Our machine can work under both properly. Machine can work properly both under 500, 500 both under 250 volts and 1110 volts, and both based on 50 or 60 hertz. And the adapter, we can adopt it. We can change the adapter according to your requirement. I know that different countries have different adapters, so we can change them according to according to the standard in your country. Another question somebody asked is, what is the air? What is the air supply required? Usually we need 24 megapascal, at least 24. The range of the air pressure should be 24 to 26, 24 to 26 megapascal. Okay. So another question many people ask is, whether you can pack the machine automatically or can pack the parts automatically. We can add automatic packing mechanism to the discharge port, so we can pack them in box in bag automatically. It depends on you. We'll add extra mechanism to the machine. Another question somebody asked is, what is the speed we can achieve? Usually we can achieve speed about a few hundred pieces per minute. It depends on you. And some small parts usually speed is higher. We can reach up to 1,000 pieces per minute. Okay, that is the speed. Somebody also asked, have you any experience to export your parts to the export your machine? Have you any customers overseas? Yes, we already have some customers, such as customers in Thailand, in Japan, in Thailand, in Vietnam, some customers in Italy. We already have any customers, and we hope you could become our customer too. Okay. That is our experience about the export. We have many years of experience for export, so there's no risk to import the inspection machines from us. We have a lot of experience in the export, the exporting of goods. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to our live stream. This is Howard with Open Next Group. Our live stream is well advanced, about 1 hour and 20 minutes. If you have any questions, comment down here, and I will reply you instantly. I will give you online feedback. Thank you. Below me is the machine for the inspection of typical special pin. It's a non-standard pin with one grand hole and a very small throw hole at one end. Our machines are usually used for the inspection of fasteners like bolts, nuts, screws, rivets, washers, bearings, and some fittings, couplings, some parts, some electronic components. Okay. I'll check if anybody have any question. Okay. That somebody asked uh, how many workstations you need. It depends. It will depend on the size of the task. It depends also on the complexity, on your requirements about the inspection items. If there are many items to be inspected, we should place more workstation. We should place more cameras and lenses so the machine will be large. This one below me is relatively simple machine. It's only have three workstation. So we have some big machine, some machine with much more workstation. Someone like for this one, for the inspection of this one, we have for this very small for building. We have nine. We have nine workstation. We have nine workstation. But this one has only three workstation. So the machine, the size of the machine is also different. This one, you can see the glass door. The diameter of this glass door is about 500 millimeters. But we have big ones like 600 millimeters or 800 millimeters. Different sizes. All depends on the sizes, on the requirements of the instruction. Okay, that is about the size, about the workstation of one machine. If you have any questions, please comment down here. Thank you. Uh, Somebody also asked, I found your machine is very noisy. And you have some solutions. Of course, we have some solutions to eliminate the noise, to reduce, to decrease the noise. The noise is really caused by the feeder, the vibrating ball feeder, and we may envelope them, envelope the feeder by sound enclosure. It's made of metal sheet, steel sheet, like for cabinet. It will envelope the feeder, and the inside there are merely there are, the inside surface are attached to the uh, foam. The foam will absorb the noise and reduce and make sure makes the machine much quiet, makes the machine quiet. We have other solutions also. We can introduce we can adopt the another type of feeder. We call it centrifugal. Centrifugal feeder. They have the advantages of uh, more noisy different because the principle is different. The vibration is much smaller. So the centrifugal feeder have the advantages of a small noisy and the advantage is that the parts may be not tangled each other. Okay. Somebody also asked for power speed. Somebody may also ask what is if we want to our part is big. How to achieve automatic feeding? In that case, the vibrating ball feeder do not contain a lot of tasks. So they will be inspected very soon, and the customer should power in they pass through the feeder frequently, and they do not like it. We can attach or step feeder, step feeder to the near the ball feeder. This step feeder will like a bucket. It will unveil the path from the very big container and fill them step by step, fill them to the mover of the rapid ball feeder. So the feeding is uh, quite automatically. You do not there is no need to handle the machine. There is no need for the operator come to machine very frequently. Okay, so our live stream is well advanced about 1.5 hours. So please allow me to make a summary and end our live stream today. Our optical sorting machine based on the automated optical inspection technology, AOI technology, we can achieve high speed, non-contact, non-destructive inspection. They speed up to 1,000 pieces or even higher in per minute. And we are inspected the correct the dimensions, the geometrical tolerances, the letters, the OCR, and the visual defects. The defective parts will be rejected, and the good ones will be corrected. And we make machines according to your requirements. We make a customized machine. Finally, our advantage is the accuracy, efficiency, and consistency. The speed, the accuracy we achieve is 0.01 millimeters, and we achieve a non-contact, non-destructive inspection. The speed we can achieve is up to 1,000 pieces per minute or even higher. And we can save a lot of operators for you. Our machine can save, can not only improve your quality, but also reduce your manufacturing cost. Besides that, the consistency, we can make the correct judgment again and again, and we can eliminate, with the help of AI deep learning algorithms, we can eliminate misjudgments, and there's no risk that the destructive path may slip through and errors to the end user. So accuracy, efficiency, and consistency, that's the benefits of our machine, advantages of our machine. Okay, so if you have your questions, please contact me by email, by WhatsApp, by Facebook, Twitter, or by our by the mobile phone. I will always be here to serve you. That is the end of live stream. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye.